You've been assigned a research project that includes a lit review. But what the heck is a lit review? How do you even start that? What does it look like? Well, that's what this episode is all about. Welcome to Communication Campus. Alright, so your professor asks you to write a lit review and you're not exactly sure what that means. So let's first talk about the differences between a lit review and a review of literature. And that order of words actually matters. And I'm going to start with a review of literature because more than likely you're already familiar with that. Think about a book report. Think about times where you have to talk about different elements of the literature that you've read. Now, literature, and the way that I like to talk about it, are the current and previous conversations that have occurred within your field of study. So when I write an article about a topic, I'm engaging in a conversation about that topic. Here are my ideas, here's what I've learned from the past, and here's the idea that I want you to take away from that conversation, from that research. So a review of literature, you're going to give a review. You're talking about all of the different types of literature that are related to that topic. And in this case, I'm reviewing it. There were 5 articles that talked about this, and here's a little bit about each. So the structure of this might look like paragraph 1, article 1, paragraph 2, article 2, paragraph 3, you guessed it, article 3. And I'm just going to move from one to the next to the next. That is a review of literature. Now, a lit review is not the same thing. Here we have an argument that we are putting forth, and then we are including the literature, gathering all of those conversations, and putting them in a way that supports our own argument, our own ideas. I want my students to imagine that they were hosting a dinner party. And this is a big dinner party, so we're going to have a seating chart. And in the seating chart, we're going to make sure that the people that are sitting next to each other are going to have a good time and are going to enjoy the conversations that they have with the people around them. So, with that in mind, I want to put people that would have things in common sitting next to one another. This is key, because if we are all kind of talking about the same things, and we've all engaged in the same types of research, what would we be saying to one another? So with this idea in mind, think back to the lit review. I'm going to put like articles together. So if I'm talking about a specific theory, articles that all relate to that theory could go in that section of my lit review together because they're going to have conversations. One might talk about the definition of that theory, and another might talk about a slightly different view of that same thing. But because they work together, they make sense to be working in connection with each other in that theory, or in that section of your paper. So when we write a lit review, we start with the biggest possible, broadest possible topic, and then work our way down to our particular topic. Now, I should note that this is really the lit review for a qualitative or quantitative review. If you are doing a rhetorical argument, the setup is going to be a little bit different. But if I'm doing a quantitative or qualitative type of proposal or more general proposal, this structure is going to work well. So think of a funnel and think about the main idea that I am trying to present in my paper. What is the main idea? What's the so what? What is my topic? Why is it important? Why should anybody care about this? That's going to be that overarching biggest piece. Then I need to work down to my research questions, my hypothesis, my proposal. I'm going to funnel that down to this piece. In these pieces, I'm going to talk about the previous histories. I'm going to talk about the elements that are related to my topic. and I'm going to bring in those theories and those broader ideas. But you really want to think about the connection that you're making from one idea, one topic, to the next. A lit review is not one article, then the next article, then the next article. That is a review of literature. I hope this helps. Keep going. You've got this.